Hello, I'm Gareth A Davies, and this is the Championship Rounds for Pitch Boxing, where I bring you all the interviews from the combat sports world. Enjoy. Joseph Joyce is just hanging in there. What does that mean?
Just got back from training, had a quick shower, haven't had lunch yet, but I'm on the Zoom.
Okay. Well, listen, we won't stop you from your munching and crunching then. I'm sure it's really healthy stuff. What will be for lunch today?
Gains in. I can't remember. It's like this meal prep. I've had a protein shake post workout, but I need to get the fuel back in.
What is it? What is it? Is it kind of like plenty of salads and fish and chicken and?
Yeah, like just healthy food, and little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, a little bit of veg. Yeah.
Do you cook it yourself?
No, I get meal prep. It's a lot easier to throw it in the air fryer, and whilst I'm in the shower, and then come out, it's ready. Wash.
The air fryer. What is
a bit more healthy than a microwave.
So it just does it. It just does it with hot air.
Yeah, it's the new thing.
Okay, well, I'll have to have a look that up. The air fryer. Okay, nothing wrong with olive oil and a little bit of cooking, then, no.
I mean, yeah, but it means I have to stand up and then like get the ingredients, prepare it. It's better, probably healthier, but it's just quicker like that. Air fry, heat it up, meal prep.
Makes me think. I need to ask you another question. Are you doing any art at the moment?
I haven't at the moment. Nah, I want to pick it back up again. Perhaps after my fight. Had a little break in between the two training camps in Vegas, and I did definitely think about it, but it wasn't like enough time to then get back in the studio and stuff like that. So, but I'm looking forward to like keep improving my skills, because every time I go back to it, I'm trying to pick it up again and get, like try and make some work and try and get myself up to a level where then I can then start painting again, start doing something like serious work. So I'd like to build it up, like the same when I do my training camps. I like to build it up, as I go along, and it gets harder. As I get better, then I can push myself a bit further.
Got any for sale at the moment?
Nothing for sale yet. I've still got all of my uni work and stuff from school that I wouldn't mind doing an exhibition on sometime. But I've done about 3 or 4. No, actually, I did quite a few pieces. I did about 8 different pieces up from the last time I had, because I was doing some work in Wimbledon art studios. So I was started to churn them out and picking up my skills again. But yeah, I had to be put on hold because my boxing career comes first. So I need to be out in Vegas and the training camp. 40-degree heat right now.
Bet that was nice.
Yeah, it was hot. Yeah, when you get back in the car and it's just it's like a sauna. You touch the seatbelt, it burns you.
Yeah.
It's really hot. Yeah.
We've left a couple of coins or whatever, and you pick them up and they burn your hand.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
So, like you say, you've got fighting on your mind. Obviously, got the right date here. July the 9th. Is that July the
2nd?
July the 2nd. Oh, it's next week.
Yeah,
God,
next week.
It was the 9th. That's why you're back. I assumed you were still in Vegas. That's when I was sending you messages. I assumed you were still in Vegas. God, of course, it's come up really quickly. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same for you.
Yeah, it does. Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun.
Christian Hammer. An interesting test for you, in my view. I don't get your take on it. Obviously, you can't afford any banana skins at this stage, or any stage really. But he's a clever boxer. He's got enough skills. He's fallen just a bit short of. People will say, yeah, but Joe should beat him because look what Luis Ortiz did, Hughie Fury. I'm trying to think of others. Tony Yoka. There's one other as well. There's one other world class or world champion who's beaten him.
Yeah, he's fought a lot of people, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He has.
I think he's fought most of the top names. I'll have to look at box track again.
Most of the top names, yeah. But his losses have been only to the top guys.
Yeah, so it'll be a challenging fighter, a good one to, especially since I haven't fought for a year. Be good to get back out there and as a kind of warm up for the things to come. But I'm not overlooking him. I'm focused on him first, and then get the job done, and then I can move on. Perhaps fight Parker.
Yeah, well, tell us about that. Do you think that might now be an autumn fight?
Yeah. So I'd imagine but it's not my only option. But ideally, yeah. But it's made things a bit more challenging now that he's moved over to Sky, especially myself being on BT.
Yeah,
Frank Warren. So it just makes it a bit more complicated to make the deal, and especially when he was like a free agent, he could have gone back and forth and maybe bartered a bit or something, and but maybe it might go to purse bids. I'm not sure, but I'm ranked highly in WBA, WC, so I can just sit and wait for my title shot and just fight easier guys in the meantime, or just not even fight and just wait for my opportunity. But I want to stay active, stay ready. So this is why I'm fighting Christian Hammer.
Yeah. As you say, potentially there's the Parker fight there, but because of the broadcast and the promotional deals, that may complicate it. But there's a whole raft of opponents for you out there in the heavyweight division. I mean, Bob Arum even mentioned a fight with Tyson Fury a few weeks back.
Yeah. It's great to be. Well, whether he's going to come out of retirement to fight me or not, then we'll have to see. But he's probably waiting on the Joshua Usyk rematch, or the Usyk Joshua rematch first, and then who wins that? That's obviously a great fight. But while they're doing all that, then meanwhile I can fight the likes of Parker and have some great fights. Maybe Dylan White or something like that.
What happens with you and Parker? What happens in the ring when you and he meet? How do you see it?
Parker's looked really good against Chisora. He seems very powerful, durable, and he's got boxing ability as well. He can box on the back foot. He can box inside. So it's going to be a tough fight. A battle of who's the best Joe. I think it's going to be a close fight, and that's why everyone's kind of getting behind it and wants to see it.
What about you and Dillian White in the ring? What happens in that one? Is that a slugfest?
Yeah, I think it's a slugfest, but then I've got a bit. Actually, you've probably got about the same reach as well. So but I think I'm confident I could beat him. But I think he apparently wants to take a fight beforehand. Just coming off a defeat, he wants to get back in there and have a bit easier fight to get him back on track. But that's a fight for the future too.
Deontay Wilder, is that a fight you'd take? I might as well run through them all now. Deontay Wilder, is that one that excites you?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, potentially. That's the WBC route. So it's a dangerous fight. That I reckon I could. I reckon I could get to him, Juggernaut him, and just watch out for the equalizer.
Yeah, maybe take a leaf out of Tyson Fury's book. You've got the same kind of chin, haven't you? I'd say you and he are the guys with the big, massive, incredible chins in the division, really.
Yeah. But that's another exciting fight as well. There's plenty of good fights out there for me. I'm excited. It's a great time to be a heavyweight right now.
Yeah, and some other fights mentioned which look really good as well. Derek Chisora and Kubrat Pulev. I'd call that a fun fight the week after you as well.
Yeah. it's an interesting one too. Oh, what's that? I wanted to see Huey Fury and
Michael Hunter. Yeah,
Michael Hunter. Yeah, I sparred with Michael Hunter in Vegas, and I was excited to see that fight, see how that would pan out.
How is Hunter
He's good. He's fast. He's got different looks and stuff. Like he can do different things and try it. And he's really fast and it's quite hard to hit too.
Mm. So that's good. That's a very interesting fight when it does happen. Obviously, Huey's injured, and also might as well mention there's so many heavyweight fights mentioned at the moment. Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz, yeah, that's interesting too. I wonder how that's going to go.
And Andy Ruiz could make him look old, could he, if he used the speed?
Possibly, but then Ortiz has still got the skills. He's got the skills, and I mean he's getting on a bit, but I'm interested to see how that pans out, and how Ruiz is training, if he's like in shape and not too heavy, etc.
And one of the big ones that you'll be watching the outcome of, Alexander Usyk. We've seen you in the ring with him before. Alexander Usyk against Anthony Joshua. Did you watch any of the preamble from Saudi Arabia? We see both men next week. They're coming to London.
Oh yeah. I see. I saw the face-off, and
what do you think?
It's like, Usyk cracks me up, man. You see how he's like turns like that, and he's still looking at him. But then Joshua looked away first, so maybe he's got him there 1-0.
What do you think? I haven't had a chance to ask you. What do you think about the move to Robert Garcia, which has been universally praised? Like, good plan. We know that Anthony should really go and try and fight Usyk. No doubt Usyk will be heavier because he knows there's a barrage coming early. One imagines,
and he might be going for the knockout.
Usyk.
He seemed to know exactly what he was doing the first time round, and Joshua boxed kind of the wrong fight. He tried to outbox him, and it's very tidy. And obviously going into the next one, he's gonna, I guess, try and rush him up, rough him up, and put the power shots and try and get him out of there. But then with Usyk, it's you can have the biggest punch ever, but if you can't hit him, then it's not gonna really work. But it's an exciting fight, and let's see if Joshua's from the UK. It'd be great to bring the titles back here, and then that's a potential fight for me down the line as well. So
absolutely. Well, I was going to say,
I wouldn't mind the Usyk rematch either.
Yeah, exactly. So you're in quite a nice position there. I mean, have you pictured that when you were finishing in the amateurs and Anthony was rising in the pros, and he was just about to win a world title when you were in Rio, wasn't he? So did you then see him and think, we were on the same team together and all that, but I'm probably going to meet him as a pro down the line at some point, and we're going to have to duke it out?
That was, that's a long-term goal, but to fight him. But it seemed like we were still kind of teammates, even that, because he'd done the pro transition already, and then he was supporting me during the Rio Olympics and that, and then I just turned pro. But then he's at the top of the game. He's selling out O2 and Wembley and stuff, and I'm just starting along. But as I've picked up the levels, it's getting closer. Now he's seeing me as a threat and a realistic opponent. So,
did you beat him?
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm confident in my abilities. I mean, he's very powerful, and I'd have to. And he's quite quick and explosive with his work. So, but he can. His chin and his engine, they're targets where I can capitalize.
Do you hand on heart? Well, you're a fighter. You've lost in the past. When you go back in against someone, you change your strategy. Is a fight just a fight individually, and so the next one you can always reverse it? Can he reverse it in Saudi Arabia?
You can, but it's a big ask. It depends how much you gave it and how much preparation and the tactics. But obviously once you've kind of beaten someone, then you kind of feel like you've had the upper hand, and then it's easier to do it again. But it's on the other opponent to then, really pick things up and like make the changes, and it can happen. Yeah.
Do you think you'll end up fighting all of these guys we mentioned, maybe and Fury as well?
Yeah, let's hope so.
That's 8 fights.
Bring it back to the old school.
That's 8 fights, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've got enough time.
Are you in your head prepared to, like, for example, if Joshua wins, it probably will be Fury. They'll probably get Fury back to fight him next. I imagine he would come back to fight. I mean, business sense tells us that. But do you look at your rhythm and think, yeah, probably next year, I'll get a world title fight?
Yeah, I'm ASAP as soon as possible. I want, I'm in a good position, and I hope 2023 I think is a realistic time for me to get a world title shot or world title if I'm like interim, and then get upgraded to the main one if they don't want to, if the Joshuas, the Furies, the Usyks, whoever wins or whatever doesn't want to fight me, then should be elevated.
The only other guy I haven't mentioned, obviously you've beaten, and he says he wants to fight you again. I'm sure you and Daniel Dubois will fight again at some point. He had a victory in America over Trevor Bryan. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't have minded that fight as well. But it's how things work out. But Frank Warren's got like three of the main heavyweights, like, so them fights are easy to make.
You think you'll fight Daniel again?
Possibly. Like, if, once I get hold of a title, then that could be a good rematch.
Any chance of you rolling up at the Joshua Usyk press conference next Wednesday and saying, what are you guys trying to do, trying to steal my thunder in my fight week?
What, in Saudi? Is it in Saudi? Or is it here?
No, they're coming to London on Wednesday. So you could bust into the press conference in London and say, what's going on here?
Who wants it?
Who wants it? I mean, David Hayes, Chisora and Klitschko, look what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is that an invitation?
Well, I'm saying good PR.
Oh, okay.
Watch out for your DMs. I'll tell you where it is and what time it is. I'm sure they're not going to not let you in, are they? Yeah, exactly. Final thing, Joe, and you look incredibly well, I must say. Have you got dreads going on in the back there or not? Oh no!
No, I just got my. I need to get my hair redone. Actually, I just got Kamo and some single plaits tied back. My new look.
Looks good. You're looking good. You're looking really sharp, actually. Yeah. Anything different? Were you with Ismail in camp? Who were you with in camp?
Yeah, I've been out in Vegas with Ismail or Salas.
Yeah.
I call him, and he's come back here with me for the last 2 weeks. We've been back in Elsfield actually. So Sid's cards, allow me back in there with not too much abusive language. No, it's all good. Yeah, it's good to be back on home turf.
Are you working on anything special for this camp? Were you working on anything new?
Just pretty much like because I've been out in Vegas quite a lot. He hasn't had to like bring me back to the basics as for as long. I've been, got back in, and now I'm learning new stuff, new combinations, new punches. So like we picked up from a further point where, so it's good. I'm learning and improving.
Right, final thing I'm going to get you to. I'm going to run through all those heavyweight fights and get you to pick a winner and how the result happens. Joe Joyce versus Christian Hammer.
Joe Joyce, knockout or stoppage.
Derek Chisora, Kubrat Pulev.
I'd like to see Derek win. Yeah.
Points?
I reckon overhand right. Bosh.
Oh, okay, cool. Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua.
I'd like to see Joshua, but I think it'd probably be Usyk.
Points?
I think Usyk might be going for a knockout, maybe stoppage, maybe. I don't know.
Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz.
I would imagine. I don't know. Luis Ortiz, man. It like. I think Ortiz actually.
Really? Do you? Okay.
I don't know. Unless he's aged a lot more, and Ruiz is, yeah. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure.
And another one, it's semi-boxing, semi-YouTuber. It's the last one I'm going to ask you about. August the 6th, Madison Square Garden. Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. Who's going to win that?
I mean, I'd hope Fury wins that. Tommy. Yeah. But I don't know. Jake Paul's been improving, and same Jake and Logan. Well, they both been improving in the gym and stuff. They seem to be dedicating themselves. So it should be a good fight. But I think Tommy should win.
Thanks, Joe. I'll see you on Wednesday at the Usyk Joshua press conference at the back of the room as you bust the doors down and knock the security out of the way. Then, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Stay. Make sure you got enough space in between the doors so you don't get hit by any like shrapnel or anything.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, bud. Great to see you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Have a good day.
Cheers. Thanks, Joe.
So.